Whether it's sport, getting fit, or just making new friends, there's no better place than your local leisure centre to do it. Here in Whitbury Newtown, they've just started Life Cycle Week. A chance for everyone to get outdoors and on their bikes. This is just one of a series of activities staged throughout the country in order to give everyone a chance to get fit, stay healthy, and live longer. But don't just take my word for it. Find out what's happening. Go down to your local leisure centre. Cut. Sorry, is that me?
And anyone who completes either of our 2 cycle routes during Life Cycle Week will be entitled to one of these Pedal for a Medal achievement packs. Inside of which they will find not only the medal itself, but also a badge, a signed certificate, 2 coloured balloons, and a free blood sugar urine tester. And also the Leisure Centre logo.
What are you supposed to do with that?
It attaches to the rear wheel of your cycle, Tim, where its cheery colours are guaranteed to brighten even the dullest of bikes. As well as being a rather useful safety reflector.
Oh.
I see they've done it with the badges again.
Pardon?
This one says I piddled for a medal.
That is pedalled for a medal. It says pedalled for a medal. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Let's not have a big debate about it, please. It just so happens that the start of Life Cycle Week is not the only reason why today is a very special day for our centre. I wasn't able to announce it earlier due to security reasons, but I can now inform you...
Sebastian Cole's here.
Thank you, Julie.
Seb Coe, really?
The Honourable Sebastian Coe, OBEMP, if you please, Gavin, who is generously giving all his time to contribute to a film aimed at encouraging people to use their local leisure centres.
Are we going to get a chance to meet him?
One thing at a time, please, Linda. Once he has finished his filming, I shall be inviting Sebastian to open a room in our new sports wing, to which ceremony any member of staff free of other duties shall be invited. I shall then present him with this, what I think is a rather attractive engraved tankard, and then show him round the centre.
Will you have time for that?
Pardon?
He must have a pretty tight schedule. I just wondered if he'd want a conducted tour.
This is a sports centre, Laura. How can a man like Seb Coe not want to see round it?
Thank goodness I've found you, Mr. Brittas.
What is it, Colin?
He's died, Mr. Brittas. Our cyclist, he's died. Can't help worrying if we perhaps didn't make the course too severe.
What?
Well, 56 miles is a long way for a man of his age, Mr. Brittas. Perhaps too long.
He didn't do 56 miles, Colin. He didn't even make it out of the car park. Oh, Laura, could you give that to the widow, please? Strictly speaking, she's not entitled to it, as he didn't complete the full 56 miles, but I thought it'd be a nice gesture. What's going on over there?
Oh, they're packing up, Mr. Brittas. They got everything they wanted round the back.
But they can't go, not yet. Oi, you! Hey, say, you're not going yet.
What?
You can't go yet, you haven't done anything.
I'm sorry, I don't...
I'm the manager here, Gordon Brittas.
Ah, Mr. Brittas.
We've named a room after you in the sports wing.
What?
Everyone's expecting you to open it.
Well, look, I'm sorry, I really do
We've been
have to
planning it for weeks. We've had a tankard engraved and everything.
I know, but look, it's a...
Look, I know you're a very busy man, but all you've got to do is cut a ribbon. Just one ribbon. It won't take very long. 2 minutes.
£3?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, I hadn't realised it was so expensive. Gemma, let's go, come on.
Scissors, please, Carol.
Oh, of course, Mr. Brittas.
And if you could get Mr. Holroyd's widow to do something about his bicycle, just explain that that sort of untidiness can give the wrong impression. But remember, do it tactfully. He's only been dead for 25 minutes. Is there a problem?
No, it's all right. I'm afraid she's a little disappointed. She can't have a swim.
They can't afford it, you see, Mr. Brittas. She's a single parent and they haven't any.
Single parent? Have you told her about the SSS? Single swimmer special, Carol. Come on, it's all down there in black and white. Right, where are we? There we go. Special offer number 847, single swimmer special. Any single parent accompanied by a child on a weekday morning may use the facilities between 9:40 and 3:35 at 1/3 of the standard winter season price, or completely free if they've moved into the area within the last 3 months.
We only moved in last week.
Have you got a rent book to prove that?
As a matter of fact.
Right. Right, there we are then. Simple as ABC. Give her the tickets, Carol, and I hope your little boy enjoys his swim.
So sorry, I should have known about that one. It's just, there's so many, you see.
Sorry I'm late, Carol.
Oh, Mrs. Brittas.
The twins were giving me hell in the car, and I got held up coming through the playing fields. Have you any idea what they're doing out there?
I believe they're fighting the Second Punic War, Mrs. Brittas. The defeat of Hasdrubal by the Romans at the Battle of Mataurus. It's the Classical War Society.
Oh, the Classical War Society. I thought they were just men with arrested mental development who like dressing up in silly clothes and drinking Heineken out of cans. How wrong can one get?
Yes, I'll just get it for you, Mrs. Brittas. I've been so looking forward to this. Ben? Guess who's here, Ben?
You've told him where we're going, have you?
Yes, of course. He's very excited. He's never seen the sea before. I'll just get you his carrier.
This is a dog's travel box, Carol.
Yes, I know, Mrs. Brittas. You see, Ben's not always very good with wide open spaces. He needs somewhere that...
Reminds me of living in a cupboard.
Exactly. Come on, Ben. Mrs. Brittas is waiting. Now, Ben, you mustn't. Ben!
My staff will really appreciate this, you know, Sebastian. Surprisingly enough, a few of them are actually old enough to remember some of your greatest athletic triumphs, like the gold medal Moscow Olympics 800 metres.
I didn't actually win that one.
No, that was Steve Ovett, wasn't it? Still, you got your revenge in Los Angeles, didn't you? No, someone else won that as well, didn't he? Perhaps we invited the wrong person, eh, Sebby? Right. So, what I suggest we do is this. I shall say a few words to break the ice, then I shall invite you to step forward and cut the ribbon.
It's a toilet. Named the toilet after me.
That's right, the men's new washroom. Is there a problem?
No problem.
Right, so, when you step forward to cut the ribbon, you can say a few words, but not too many, because my staff have to get back to work. And then I shall invite you to go through into the washroom. Oi! Where do you think you're going? Oi, come back here! Oh, don't just stand there, lend a hand.
Well, that's obviously what's happened. He's sawn his way out of the bag.
I knew that junior carpentry set was a mistake.
What I don't understand is that... Oh, yes, I see what he's done.
What?
Well, he's broken his way through the back wall and up into the ventilation system.
Oh, again, Mr. Brittas will be so furious.
Oh, don't panic, Carol. He can't have got far.
You were supposed to be in charge of him, Tim. How could you let it happen?
He's very agile, Mr. Brittas.
He's 8 years old. All I asked was for you to look after him till the police arrive. Was that too difficult, Timothy Whistler?
Well, I shut him in a room. What else was I supposed to do? We can't chain him up, can we?
Oh, can't we? He's not getting away again. Colin,
Mr. Brittas.
I want you to take that bicycle lock, go downstairs to the weights room, you'll find a lad in a blue tracksuit.
Gavin, will you and Tim take Mrs. Holroyd up to the counselling room?
Oh, we're supposed to be watching Sebastian Coe open a toilet door. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, of course, yes.
Tell Julie to give her a cup of tea, will you? Mrs. Holroyd will be upstairs when you're ready, Mr. Brittas.
What?
Mrs. Holroyd? The woman whose husband died on the cycle run this morning?
I am rather busy at the moment, Laura.
Mr. Brittas, if you remember, you told her that the grieving process might need the aid of a bereavement specialist, and that if she wanted the help of a trained counsellor, she should come back and ask for you.
And she's come back?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Right, I better deal with it. Tell the Honourable Coe I might be a bit delayed, Carol.
Yes, Miss. You can? Yeah, listen. It's his sleepy baby rabbit chimes.
Is everything all right?
Oh, fine, thanks, Laura. You don't happen to have a plan of the ventilation system, do you?
Not on me, no.
Be right with you, Mrs. Holroyd. Just going to get a little leaflet I think you might find useful. Oh, Julie, those bereavement leaflets I asked you to
There's
find...
a centurion downstairs to see you.
What?
A centurion. You know, 10th Legion, 4th Cohort, 6th Manipul.
This is no time for jokes, Julie. I'm trying to counsel a bereaved lady next door.
I'm not joking, it's from the Classical War Society. You know, them people in the park.
Well, tell him I'm busy.
I want my son back, and I want him now.
Please, come in. Your son?
My son.
Ah, you mean the lad in the blue tracksuit, don't you? I'm afraid that will not be possible. I'm holding your son under citizen's arrest until the police arrive.
You what?
For attempting to gain admission to the swimming pool without paying the requisite fee?
You've arrested him? How much is the fee?
20 pence.
20 pence?
The amount is not important, sir. The fact is your son is guilty of theft.
He is an 8-year-old boy. You can't lock up an 8-year-old.
I'm afraid I can. Where, and I quote, an arrestable offence has been committed, any person may arrest without warrant anyone who is guilty of an offence or anyone he has reasonable grounds for suspecting to be guilty of an offence. Criminal Enforcement Act 1984, Section 25. It's for his own good.
Now look! Either you give me my son back now, or I'm going to come back down here.
I warn you, one touch on this button, and 3 members of my staff, all highly trained in the martial arts, will be through that door in seconds.
I will be back.
Bye! Now, I don't think that was very wise, Mr. Brittas.
Just a calculated risk, Julie. I had a feeling he'd fall for it.
I meant keeping his son. You arouse some very primitive emotions when you lock up other people's children.
Julie, if you want to do something useful, you can help me find my leaflet on bereavement. It's called Losing a Loved One, 10 Ways to Look on the Bright Side. Mrs. Holroyd, sorry about the delay. Unfortunately, the leaflet got misfiled under sewage. Now, if you'd like to read it from cover to cover, and when I come back, I think it might be helpful if we sing the little song on the back page.
Please, mild and tight, Mrs. Brittas, he could be anywhere.
Well, we can narrow it down a little. I mean, look, you see, he can't have gone up there. Not up a 40-foot vertical.
Excuse me.
Yes, how may I help you?
We thought we might try a game of badminton next, if that's all right.
Yes, of course.
There was a notice in the pool that said that any child who spoke to 4 other children they'd never met before could claim a friendliness prize from the desk.
Yes.
Well, my daughter Gemma did, in fact,
Yes.
meet this family.
Yes,
and-
well, you see, there's rather a complicated form with that one.
Just give her the sunglasses, Carol.
Yes, well, here you are, Gemma. Well done.
Oh, aren't they lovely?
Now, here are your... Oh, my goodness me, look at this.
What?
Well, you're our 1,000th customer, and that entitles you both to a free meal in our canteen. Just have to show the ticket.
Thank you very much.
Now, I think his most likely route would have been up this section and then along here. Now, that would have taken him through behind the squash court.
Oh, he'll be roaming around these pipes for days, Mrs. Brittas. What on earth are we going to do?
Some way of luring him out, some kind of bait.
No, excuse me. Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre? Oh, Miss Brittas. Code black. Why, yes, of course. Right away.
I thought a code black meant the outbreak of civil disturbance in which the leisure centre was used as a rallying point for those still loyal to the crown.
Well, yes, technically it does, Mrs. Brittas. But we use it mostly when Mr. Brittas has made someone very angry and we have to keep them out until we consider.
I must warn you that you are in contravention of local bylaw regulations on trespass. And under my delegated powers as manager, I am ordering you to leave leisure centre property immediately. I repeat, this is an illegal gathering and must disperse immediately. The police have been called and will be here any minute.
They won't, actually.
What?
The police, I've called them, they're not coming.
What do you mean they're not coming? They've got to.
Well, I'm afraid that's not the way they see it, Mr. Brittas. The desk sergeant said you could take the boy down to the station if you wanted, but he's already warned you he's not coming out again this week.
Well, didn't you explain the situation? If I try and take a boy through that lot, someone's going to get hurt.
Yes, I said that.
And what did he say?
His exact words were, oops, there goes the kettle, time for tea, and he hung up.
I don't believe it.
That's the centurion who's causing all the trouble, Mr. Brittas.
Got your spears, got your swords.
Yes, I think I can take him out easily enough.
No one's going to take out anyone, Linda. We're going to wait here till the situation calms down.
Here comes another lorry load.
He doesn't look old enough, really.
What?
That centurion. He must have had the child when he was about 4 years old.
What are you burbling about, Colin?
Well, he doesn't look much older than that lad you told me to lock up, yet you say he's his father. If you ask me, there's something funny going on.
Oh, God. You
Didn't what, Mr. Brittas?
This 40-year-old man you looked up, Colin. What exactly did he look like?
Sebastian Coe, Colin. This is Sebastian Coe, OBEMP.
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
And you have chained him by the ankle to a staircase.
You said the lad in the blue suit.
Blue tracksuit, Colin. I said blue tracksuit, and I said inside the weights room.
I thought you might have escaped.
You're dead, Colin.
Don't you think we can sort the blame for this out afterwards?
Yes, of course, Sebastian.
I've got to get back. There's a vote later.
Oh, yes, the vote of no confidence in the government. I quite understand. You want to support it, don't you? Right. Colin, get the chain off.
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
May I take this opportunity, Sebastian, of saying, on behalf of the staff, how sorry we all are for any inconvenience What is it, Colin?
It's one of those combination locks, Mr. Brittas.
Yes, you turn it to the right number.
Unfortunately, it's not my combination lock, Mr. Brittas.
Well, whose is it then?
If it's the one you took off the bike in the hall, I presume it belongs to Mr. Holroyd.
Well, can we find this Mr. Holroyd and get the combination?
A bit of a problem there, Sebby.
Mr. Holroyd died earlier this morning.
Don't worry about it. I know someone else who'll know. Excuse me, Sebby. Don't go away, Seb.
OK, all set? Yes, I think so. No, I think you and I should wait outside in case any noise or smell distracts him.
Sorry about the delay, Mrs. Holroyd. One or two little things have cropped up. Unfortunately, we might have to postpone our little counselling session a few more minutes, I'm afraid. But I wonder, in the meantime, if I could ask you if you happen to remember the number of your husband's bicycle combination lock. Is that a yes or a maybe? If I could ask you to have a proper think, it is actually rather important.
Do you want the bad news or the catastrophe?
No, never do.
I think you better leave Mrs. Holroyd to me. You want to deal with what's happening out the back.
Out the back? Good grief, where did they come from? 2 minutes. They've got an army out there, a whole army.
Not just any army, Mr. Brittas. The finest fighting machine the world has ever seen.
There's thousands of them.
That centurion had a lot of friends.
Guys in black are the ones to watch out for. The Praetorian Guard. Hand-picked, ruthlessly trained.
They've got an elephant. Where did they get an elephant?
All right, let's not panic. Does anyone know exactly what they're planning to do?
I believe their usual technique, if we don't surrender, Mr. Brittas, is to put the men to the sword and take the women and children into slavery.
Colin, if you don't have anything sensible to say...
You don't think this would be a good time to give the boy back to you, Mr.
No,
Brittas?
I do not, Gavin. We're not giving in to blackmail.
Could we take a vote on that?
That boy broke the law, Tim. If he learns he can get away with it once, he'll do it again and again and again. And then who knows where we'll end up? We've got to nip these things in the bud.
Doesn't look much like a bud from here, Mr. Brittas. Not when one side's got an elephant.
They're just trying to scare us, Gavin.
Well, it's working with me.
All right, Timothy, get a grip on it, will you? Right. Now, you keep an eye on things here. I'll go and phone the police.
What if they attack while you're gone?
They're not going to attack, Colin. This is a British leisure centre. They wouldn't dare. Can't you see they're just bluffing?
Colin, we're going to need some help.
It's okay.
Look, I keep telling you, I'm being attacked by Romans. That's what the Romans they are.
It's mostly the 10th Legion and some Parthian mercenaries, Mr. Brittas.
Apparently it's mainly the 10th Legion and some Parthian mercenaries. Tim, what are you doing?
They brought up a battering ram to the main doors, Mr. Brittas. We thought this might keep them away. Okay, going.
Look, can I ask how long you've been in the police force? Well, perhaps I could talk to someone of more than 3 weeks seniority. What's that?
It's the Carthaginians with a battering ram, Mr. Brittas.
Hello? Hello? If you don't get down here PDQ, someone's going to get seriously hurt.
There's a fire now! Look out, Mr. It's got the scaling ladders! What's wrong with Mr. Brittas?
You think so, do you? Well, it sounds even more serious from where I am.
Before the siege catapult round now, Mr. Brittas. What? The ballista! They're swiveling it around in this direction!
You heard that, did you? Well, I don't know, but I should imagine they're planning on throwing something at us. Presumably something rather heavy. And in this case, it appears to be the engine block of the Morris Marina. Why? Why, Laura?
Well?
Why does it always seem to end like this?
Well?
Well, you know, today was going to be such a good day. I woke up this morning and my heart filled with thoughts of all the joyous, wonderful things we were going to give to people when they came through those doors. And now?
Now we haven't got any doors.
I gather you gave them the boy in the end.
Yes. I'm sorry, it seemed the only way.
No, you probably did the right thing, Laura. But do you know the police haven't even charged anyone for all this?
Well...
Hundreds of pounds worth of damage, breaking and entering, the forcible abduction of a child in custody, and no one's even been charged. Can you believe that?
Well, it was very difficult to tell who actually did the damage, Mr. Brittas. I mean, they were all wearing those helmets. They had their cohort numbers covered up, and we don't even know which legion the battering ram was.
Yeah, so the poor old taxpayer has to cough up yet again. It's not right, Laura. It's just not right. You know, sometimes it makes you wonder if it's worth carrying on.
I'll get a broom.
I've got it.
What is it, Julie?
The number she finally remembered is the date of the Great Reform Act with a note on the end.
One thing at a time, please, Julie. Who remembered what?
Mrs. Halroyd, the bicycle combination lock. It's 1832 with a note. You'd forgotten he was still down there, hadn't you?
Tim, Gavin, follow me.
Wait, I'll get a camera.
Mrs. Brittas, I don't know what I would have done without you. That's all right, Carol. Worked rather well in the end, didn't it? Yes, it did rather. I'll put them back now. Yes, if you would.
Oh, you might like to use these. It's just you can give rather a nasty little nip, you know, if he's unsettled.
Yes. Yes, well, perhaps if I just put the box up against the cupboard and lifted the gate, he could run in on his own. Oh, good. Oh, it's all right, darling. Mummy's here.
be pleased to know we have actually got the combination. And woo, it took a bit of tracking down. It's not easy to get a lady whose husband's just died to remember a 5-figure number, I can tell you. Anyway, it's the Great Reform Act with a naught on the end. So, if you could just undo the lock for me now, please, Sebby. It's just, if you did undo it now, I could have my stair rail back. Or alternatively, you could send it to me in your own time, at your own convenience. Anyway, it just remains for me to thank you on behalf of the staff for your visit to Whitbury today and to present you with this tankard that's been specially engraved to mark the occasion. Come in.
Excuse me.
Yes?
We're looking for the manager.
I am rather busy at the moment. If you have any complaints, could you leave them in writing with my secretary?
We didn't want to complain.
No?
We just wanted to say thank you
What?
for one of the nicest days that we've ever had.
Really?
Played games, had lunch, had a sauna. We've met all sorts of new people, haven't we, Gemma?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed yourselves.
I'm a single mother, Mr. Brittas. We've just moved into this area. We don't know anyone. We certainly don't have a lot of money. And to come here and find that someone has actually thought about people like us, worked out special offers so that we can afford to come here, give little prizes to children to encourage them to make friends. Well, it makes a lot of difference, doesn't it, Gemma?
Thank you.
It's only a bunch of flowers. You probably get things like this all the time.
No, not all the time. Thank you both very much indeed.
Well, we mustn't keep you. It said in your brochure that your main aim at this centre is to bring people together. That must be very satisfying.
Yes, it is rather.